Welcome to Use It or Lose It, a series about the math concepts you probably learned and probably forgot. Last time, we looked at grouping symbols and how specifically parentheses and how you approach getting rid of them changes the order in which you do your steps to solve a problem. Today, let's look at what happens when you decide which side to solve for x on. And yes, you are allowed to solve for x on either side of your equal sign. If you follow the proper rules of math, you should get the same answer out. Let's go back to our old friend. 2 times the quantity x plus 1 plus 10 equals 0. Here's how we solved for the equation the first time a couple of videos ago. You see how the x is on the left side of the equal sign? It doesn't have to go there. Most people, at least in US education, are taught to put x on the left and put the number on the right because we kind of read from left to right. You don't actually have to do that. If it makes your life easier or harder to do something different, go for it. So let's look at the same problem and see if when we solve for x, we still get -6 at the end as our answer. Let's say we distribute it. We have our 2x plus 2 plus 10. We can put that together to have 2x plus 12 equals 0. Since I have a positive or a plus 2x, if I really wanted to solve for x on the right side of the equal sign, I could minus the 2 over. You always do the opposite operation of what's happening to move something to the other side of an equal sign. When you minus 2x from both sides, suddenly the x disappears from the left and appears on the right. That means you have 12 equals -2x. Well, to get x by itself, the -2 and the x secretly have a times between them if there's no symbol. So that means to undo the -2, or to get x by itself, we have to undo the times 2. We have to divide by 2. 12 divided by -2 still gets us -6. We have -6 equals x, which is the same as what we got, just written the other way. X equals -6. So as long as you're undoing the same thing on both sides to each piece as you go, the rules of equality say it doesn't matter what side of the equation you use to solve for x on. This is really helpful when you get to some math classes too, where you have x on both sides. When you get to more complex problems, I like to make sure that my x is positive because it's one less thing to worry about dividing by a negative. Some people say they always want x on the left side to make it easier and consistent. It's whatever works for your brain. So just like last time with the parentheses, depending on a choice you make or an idea you have of what it means to approach a part of a problem, it can change the work that you have even though the answer is still correct. So now you know, you can solve for x on whatever side you want. It's not going to make the problem wrong if you're following your properties of equality. When you take the time to ask the right questions, math can be approachable, understandable, and unintimidating. Until next time.